Hi friends, and welcome back to our 12 days of DIY craft making series. I'm so excited about day 5. Welcome to day 5. And today's show is probably going to be one of my favorites. I think I'm going to say that a few times, but this is certainly one of my favorites. Guys, obviously, what you can see in front of you, day 5 brings us snowflake beaded ornaments. I am absolutely over the moon about these. I love them. I love making these. But you know what I love even better about them, guys, is making them and gifting them. What a beautiful sentiment. I cannot think of anything more precious and beautiful than making an ornament for somebody and gifting it to them. So when they hang it on their tree every year, they will think of you. And I love, love, love that. And I do that myself. I'm gonna use my 26 gauge silver wire, and I want to show you what you can do if you want to in order to get it started. We're gonna make the full ornament together. So here's my medium frame. So in order to make that little knot in the center, you can really wrap this around. You can make it look like a spider web and just do really thin wraps. You can do anything you want. I'm gonna just show you what I did. Okay, so like, you just kind of wrap your wire, okay, grab your wire. So this is, again, 26 gauge. And we'll just, like, leave a big tail, and we're going to start right there. Okay, and then I am going to wrap it around one full rotation, and then I am going to push it up. And I'm going to pull you down to the mat right now for this portion. Okay. Because there's no right or wrong. You just do whatever you want. I'm just giving you an idea. So now I've wrapped it around there. Now I am going to go over the next one next to it, wrap it around once, and then I'm going to go to the next one. And I'm just going to wrap it around once and then come up and over to the next one. And the first couple, you've really got to kind of push them down there. Get that out of my way. Okay, so we'll wrap that around, push that up, and then we'll go up and around again, and then up and around again. And I just go around 2 rotations like this, and then I'll show you, but you can do whatever you want. I'll show you how I did that cool other knot on that big green one. So I'm just going around, twisting, pushing up that wire, and going all the way around here. Okay, and then I think I'm at my last one here. Yeah, okay, and I'll get that pushed up. So it's kind of what it looks like. Okay, and again, you can do literally anything you want. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of push this over. And where I just stopped, which is right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take and wrap this around the center. And I'm just going to kind of keep going around, trying to do like clean wraps there. And there we go. So I went around like 4 or 5 times. Then I'm going to turn it. Okay? And so now I'm going to come down. And now I'm going to go up and down again. Move this out of the way. Okay, so then we would go up. And I'm just going to now go through the center. So I'm just wrapping my wraps around, kind of making them kind of clean. So now what I'll do, guys, is I will literally just kind of go around once. I'm going to trim my wire. And then I'm going to grab this wire over here, which we've completely covered up with all those wraps. We'll just trim that off. And then, so I've wrapped that one around. And now I'll go ahead and trim. And now I'll just go ahead and grab some chain nose here. and then just tuck your wire in. It's almost already tucked in. It's all you just want to make sure is that there's really no pokies. That's all that you need to worry about there. And so that's what it looks like on the back. And now I'll kind of straighten my frame back out a little bit by holding the center. And that's what I have in the center. It's kind of cool. Play back up. Okay. So we'll feed on a little spacer here. And then I'm going to feed on 3 of these rondelles. And then I'm going to put on another gold spacer and my red bead and a gold spacer. And then 3 more of these. And then I think that I'm going to do my little fire polish right there. Okay, and now this is what I have. Let me show you. Okay, and so you're going to want to leave about 1/4 of an inch or so to wrap your loop in. Okay, and so that's what I've got on this one. And then all I'm going to do is grab my round nose, guys, and I'm just going to go to the end of my wire right here, and I'm just going to turn in a loop. Just like that. And I'm going to turn, I'm going to, pull that up a little just to straighten it, and then I'll turn that in to make sure that my wire is touching that bead. We're going to open it up again, probably, to put some chain on, but that is what I do. I like to turn them, like if this is the top, and this is the front, and this is the back. So if this is the front, I like to turn my loops downward, so inward. And there you go. And then I'm going to go right straight across from that and do the exact same pattern again. So I'm going to roll that loop in. Again, I'm going to just kind of push that up, straight out that loop, continue to push that in to where my loop is closed. And now, guys, we are done with our beading portion. The last thing is I want to just do a couple little pieces of chain. And these are the connectors that you get. What is better, because these are 3 or 4 stainless steel, guys, what's better to do is to open up the loop on your little frames here rather than to open this loop up, because they're nice and durable, okay? If you're going to get the kit. So let me see how I decide I want this. So I think I want it this way, okay? So what I'm going to do now is first of all, pull you down. And now that's where I'll grab my chain nose. And I'll just pop that loop open that I made. Okay, and then I would put on my chandelier hook. Okay, or any hook that you're going to use. Better to pop open your loop, because we still have to straighten the loop. And I'm going to show you that in 1 second if I can get this closed. Such a tiny little space. Okay, so I've got my loop closed here. Okay, so now, guys, what I'm going to do, because when you're hanging up your loop, right, it would be the same way, but you need to have it facing the other direction, right? So when you hang it up, that this faces the front. So in order to do that, all you have to do, guys, is put your chain nose right there over your loop, hold the center of your frame here, just the center of it, and then grab this loop, and we'll just make 1 rotation to the side, going away from us. And now, as you can see, the loop, well, I just turned it the wrong way because that's my front, so we'll go the other direction. So I'm going to hold the center of my frame, put my chain nose over that loop, and I am going to twist it that way. Just twist it around 1 rotation, and now that's what you have. Okay, so when you're hanging up your ornament, okay, that is going to be the front. Now, if you're hanging it on the tree and it needs to, you know, the branches are weird or whatever, and you need to have it, you know, you're hanging it, you know, to the side just like that, you know, like this right on your branches, you're fine to keep your loop that way. And now what I'll do, guys, is I'm just going to open up my loops on the sides here, and I'm going to pop on a little bit of my chain, little my star chain. You can do whatever you want with this chain that is in the kit. It's just too much fun. So I'm just going to go there, and I'm going to go here, pop open that loop, and then I'm going to turn around and pop open, pop that piece of chain right on that loop, and close that loop, and just like that. Sorry if I did that off camera. I just popped open the loop, guys. Sorry if I did that off camera, apologize. And pop the chain on, and then go ahead and close the loop. And let me pull you up in a second, but I'll put you down here first, keep you down here first. And so I've got my little star links right here. And again, if I wanna, you know, move my loops another direction, I can do that. Just really no rules. Make this however you want, so the chain will kind of lay, you know, like a little nicer that way. And I'll pull you up, and that is what we have, friends. We have made ourselves some awesome snowflake ornaments. That is so much fun. Oh my